This preparation word, we have been every week, whatever be the topic, a preparation comes actually. Okay, that means what we say is that for a salesman to be successful, preparation is a mother of it. Okay, without proper preparation, you cannot be successful actually. Okay. Before we move on to, because for some of you, this may be a repeat topic, maybe because you have been hearing this, you have been listening this many times actually, and some of you in fact attended the classroom trainings. It may be a repetition also, but then more than that, more the repetition, more the perfection. As we discussed last week, okay, practice makes you improve your skills, so that your activity or handling the customer becomes much more fruitful, much more effectively repetition, so that we all get trained and improved and further on that. Okay. Sales call preparation is basically preparation to go and visit a customer. That's a very simple understanding of the heading is called, just or actually preparing. I want you to answer this question by just, you can type out the chat box. How many of you are actually preparing? If somebody is preparing, you can say yes, actually, no problem. Nobody is preparing. See, I'm asking a question that any of you in this forum today, whenever you go to customers, do you prepare and go or not? Yes, okay. Raghunath Rai. Kiran, yes, okay. Now, I just want to know from Raghunath Rai, how do you prepare? How do you prepare? What I mean to say, you can even open your thing and speak, no problem. Need not type also. Anyone can explain me, how do you prepare? Because so that we can, all others, it becomes a kind of learning kind of points actually. Okay. Can anyone explain this? How do you prepare? Raghunath, can you explain?
Yeah. Good evening,
Please,
Mr. Ramesh. Yeah, thank you for that.
please.
Actually, normally we prepare ourselves with the products thoroughly before going to customer. There is
Can you make it louder? Not clear. I mean, not able to hear.
Hello? Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. That's what.
Please.
Before going to customer, actually, you should prepare yourself with the product knowledge. What is there? So I'll be prepared for that particular product, and before that, I'll assess the customer because I should know what he's using at present and what will be his requirement application wise. That I'll be preparing, and accordingly, I'll prepare the product everything for that particular customer. Okay. So yeah.
Okay. Raghunath, when you say prepare, are you writing on your notebook or mentally you prepared?
Definitely, I'm writing. Yeah, I'm writing, and also I'm taking my folder also with the product details and everything, technical data sheets, everything I'll be taking, and I'm writing in my notebook. Yes, definitely. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me, Ramesh? Yeah. Oh.
So every day we dropping.
Hello.
1 minute. I think the internet is dropping.
Yeah.
Sorry, the internet is dropping actually. Okay. My question is that when you go to the customer, every day morning you want to go to a customer, you sit and prepare on your notebook the points what you want to talk to the customer and what you know about the customer, etc., right?
Yes.
Raghunath?
Yeah.
Why I'm saying is that generally we all think that we can mentally kind of prepare, before going to a customer, we don't write it down on a notebook. That's why I'm asking
I
this
have to write
question.
down because sometimes we'll be forgetting
Raghunath?
what we have to discuss. So it's better to note down in a diary and you can discuss everything on that. That's what.
Okay, very good. Fantastic. 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 Very good. Very good. Yes. So why I'm saying is this actually. For example, as we know that we have got to prepare many things about the customer, is that the question what I'm asking is that preparation is necessary to be done before going to every customer visit? The answer is yes, because again I'm telling you that with the same customer, maybe you have gone yesterday, you're going today, for example. Okay, you still have to kind of prepare yourself because you cannot. There can be many different reasons for which you are going today. Actually, okay. Now let's understand what do we prepare in the preparation. Okay, in the sales call preparation. We try to prepare, as this is an internal preparation about your organization, know about your company, okay, and know about your product lines, past visit review, and the plan for the present half. These are just four categories on which you prepare about your organization, about your offering, about your product, etc., etc. Actually, okay. Now, you can ask a question that about my company, I know very well. Why should I prepare? Again, I'm telling you, this preparation need not happen every day. You about your company, things may not be so much different. Okay. So if you have a overall preparation about your company, that is more than sufficient. But then you have to be careful that whether any change happens, you have to be noteworthy about that. Okay. Thing is that I want to ask a question that how do you prepare about your company? What are the things you will try to know about your company? Can anybody just type it out? What you will let me put the what you will know about your company. I can say simply principles, they represent product line, they all the, but then do you anything more you think you will not know about your company? We'll go to a customer. I'm talking about your company. I'm talking about your company. Anybody can just you can either type out the chat or you can tell only I'll type it out, no problem. So what do you know about your company? Okay, I think are you able to hear me what I'm saying? Guys, I want to know, I'm asking you all, in the preparation, we talked about, first thing is know about your company, okay? I am asking you a question that what you want to know about your company before going to the customer. It looks very trivial, but then just think and let me know that is things, please let me know. Please type it out. Certifications, compliance, turnover, etc. Okay? Okay, anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Our company history, founder, facility like lab, it very good. Very good. Very good. So what I'm saying is that if you want to about your company, this is a KYC, is one of the KYC, you know about your company. Okay? A turnover, industries operating, product lines, management philosophy. Do you know about your management philosophy? You know what is management philosophy? Some companies wants to get the order at any cost. Some companies want to do it with some principle, right? You have to be clear and aware about that, right? Ideally, one should provide that kind of insights and inputs. Okay, that's very important. If they don't, you have to ask and get it from them. That's very important actually. And then financial status of the there are many things. I'm just pointing out certain things here. Okay, I'm only provoking your minds to think about what all things you should need to know while going to the customer. Anything else? Anything else? Because wow, it's very clear actually. You have to know about your organization. You have to know about what principle they represent or what is their product lines they manufacture. If it's a manufacturing company, what product lines you offer, and any other allied businesses. Because the reason is that go and sit before a customer, more knowledgeable you are, more respected you are, right? Customer will give you more respect if you have more knowledge about everything generally. Okay, but at least you should know about your company more importantly. You cannot say that, "Sir, I don't know, I have to ask my boss whether they have this poet or that poet and all." Okay, the customer may sometimes ask you, do you have this product? For example, maybe let's say, for example, you're going for a paint customer. Okay, you will talk about water treatment chemical, let's say. Okay, do you know whether your company has got that kind of product lines or not? You should be at least aware about that, right? That's what I'm saying. Know about your company. Okay. So then how do you do that? Because you have to have a checklist. See, here I'm coming to a point that these are all things all of us know about this. Okay, but then we all say that some people are saying that we are noting down, in the mind, etc., etc. Okay. My simple suggestion is that prepare a checklist and keep it with you. Okay. And then every now and then keep checking that checklist and then updating it so that you are sure that you are aware about the information. Okay. The next one is know about your product lines. About your product lines means about what you offer, what is the purpose for which it is used, the benefits to the customer. Again, it looks very simple and basic. Then ask yourself this question. This is the preparation, part of the preparation, okay? Because the reason is that, again, I'm saying that you will think that you go to the customer, ask you as, for example, another product, okay? You may say that I'll go back and get back to you. Okay, no, that is not the case. So when you customer, you have to thoroughly prepare yourself about what product lines your company is offering. Okay, what are the purpose for which the product lines are used? Some basic information actually. Okay, and then what are the benefit to the customer? You have to be prepared about that. Are you doing it? Most probably you will say yes. Next question is that how do you do it? Are you noting down in the notebook? You may say yes. Okay. Again, I'm telling you, please prepare a checklist. Please keep a checklist. I will be preparing a checklist and maybe sharing with you. I got some broad-based checklist I can share with you right now. Okay, but then I would request, because each one of you can make a much better checklist than I do it for all of you actually. Okay. So know about your product lines. Anybody else can kind of share your experience? How do you plan about your product lines and things like that? You can type it out. Anybody want to share anything? Fine. Okay. The other one is that past visit review. Typically, what happens is that when you go to the customer, you come back and you do all the follow-ups, what is required for that particular visit. Okay, like for example, providing the information to the customer, sending a kind of some literature to the customer, some visit, whatever actually. But what will happen is that after some time, because of the work pressure, you may tend to keep slowly forgetting that particular thing. Okay, maybe second customer, third customer. When you keep on visiting customers every day, the first customer, what he wanted, you kind of must have forgotten. Okay, generally, what we do to the customer again next time, next week, or even next that time, you may be slightly scared whether this customer is going to ask me this information. Okay. I know many times it happened to me also actually. To our surprise, customer may not even ask the question. he may come back saying that, oh, I'm escaped. He has not asked me this question because I'm supposed to provide some information to him, which I have not done so far. Maybe because I have not got from my principals or whatever. Okay, he has not asked me this. Okay, but the fact of the matter is, he will be remembering it. He will be thinking in his mind. But he has not only he has not asked, but the impression what is created in his mind is not good. It is negative. Okay. Two things you can do. One, if you have not done like that, better tell the customer, sir, you asked me this information. I have not given you so far. Just give me a week's time. I'll get back to you. You can tell that even without customer asking this question. Or before going to the customer, see your past visit report. Okay. I hope you are all writing reports. Okay. See past visit reports and then look at what are the things you have promised him to give it. Have you given it or not? If you have not given it, and then at least in the last moment, look at what can be done, whether we can get it urgently from somebody and give it something like that. Okay. So that when you go to the customer, you are thoroughly kind of done your job, what has been assigned to you in the previous visit. That is where the past visit report helps actually. Okay. Again, question. How many of you are seeing the past visit reports before going to the customer? Anybody seeing the visit reports before going to the customer? Anybody? Do anybody go through the past visit report before going to the customer? Please make it interactive here. Okay. At least you should read the visit report. Okay. At whatever has been promised, whether you have done it to the customer or not. Okay. If not done, at least can we do in the last minute some sort of arrangements to give the information and pass on to the customer before going to the customer. Even that is not possible, at least you can tell the customer, sir, you asked me so and so, give me a week's time. Suppose you have not seen your visit report, you don't even remember that customer asked you something. Okay, when you go there, sit before the customer, if the customer asks you about that, imagine what will be your situation. It would have been the very sad state of affairs, right? That's what I'm saying. Please read your past visit report. That's a real serious part of the sales call preparation. Okay, and then get ready with the answer the customer is raised, and then of course you can carry all other TA sheets, etc. Okay. Very importantly, be aware about the supply situation, etc. to the customer. It is a worst thing if a customer asks you about supply of something, you tell him that, sir, I will go and get back to you, or I will call my office and ask them and things like that. Okay. Again, you are slightly reducing your respect in front of the customer. Okay. The image please understand, your image in front of the customer is the one which is going to give you the best results. Okay. Better the image, better the results for you, right? Okay. So every single action of yours, every single words of yours speak to the customer has to ensure that you are maintaining a better image with the customer. Okay. Now, when the customer asks you, what about this supply, for example, you're going to say that I'm not aware, let me ask my office, and because you can say that I'm a salesman, how do I know that about the supply and all? Okay. No. For the customer, you are the company. Okay. So you have to be, before going to the customer, you have to analyze all your supply situations and then be clear and be aware that what's the problem, how much time it will take, etc., so that you are able to answer what customer asks and there clearly without making him guessing something. It's not allow the customer to guess anything. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Now, this is again very important piece of the internal preparation. Okay. Then comes to the present offer. When you are going to make an offer to the customer about a product, which product to offer, these are all the things you should prepare even before going to the customer. Okay. You can always ask a question that how do I know, sir, which customer, which product is going to ask me? Okay. I may have 10 products. I may talk to him all the products. Fine. Thing is that if you are aware about your customer, if you know about the customer's, business, customer's production, point customers, requirements, etc., etc. Even before going to the customer, you can mentally visualize which product of yours is going to be useful to the customer. Okay, clear. If that is not clear in your mind, most probably your preparation is not sufficient. I'm saying when you go to a customer, if you say that I'm going to offer him all my products, 10 products, okay, customer can choose whatever he wants to take, A, B, C, D, whatever, okay. That is not a real salesmanship. A real salesmanship is one where you, even before going to the customer, you are clear about what he wants based on your information knowledge about the customer, okay, and then position the product according to the mood of the customer. Yeah, well, even if you know about the product, what you have to sell to the customer, of course you cannot simply go and tell him this is a product you have to use. No, you have to position according to the customer's mood, and there are so many other things are involved in the sales call transaction with the customer. But what I'm saying is that before going to the customer, are you clear about which product you're going to sell today? What price band you're going to use today? Okay. When I say price band, what I mean to final price, possibly you cannot do that. But then you have to keep in mind from which to level to which. For example, I can go from 98, 95 to 100. I can do, for example, either 95. I can quote 100, but I can go up to 95. This kind of some kind of clarity should have in the mind about the product. Okay. Again, I'm saying that you have to be clear about what is the price levels you think this is can be suitable for the customer. Offer the customer the product and not the good part is that when the customer asks about the price, you tell him, sir, I will ask my boss and tell you. No, don't do that. Two, if you say that, sir, what is your price? What is the price you are expecting? No, don't do that. If you say that, what is the price you are buying right now? Okay, please. The reason why I'm saying all these are all commonly we do that. Okay, based on what price he is buying, what is the expectation? You possibly tell some price. Okay, that doesn't work because according to the customer, your product is your product. You will have your own plan in terms of pricing the product. Okay, you cannot simply give whatever price customer wants, or you cannot simply give whatever price competition is selling already. Okay, you can't simply match it and give it. Okay, that is all not practically possible, even though there's expectation is like that. So your image will get spoiled if you're going to tell the customer, sir, I will match the customer competition price. If you think that customer is going to be so happy to hear this, please check yourself. That is not the case. Customer will not be that happy. He will think that you can be just dragged to any level. Okay, your respect will be down. Or if the customer says at whatever price, okay, then if you say that some customer rupees, you say that my price is 100 rupees, then the whole thing is just collapsed. Okay, so be clear what is the offer you're going to make in terms of the product, in terms of the price band. When I say price band, okay, and then also about other information. When the supply can be done.
Proper dispersing and precosting வந்து DS.
I think
இது வந்து அதே மாதிரி தான் precosting இருக்கு plus வந்து
let me mute.
இதுக்கு யூஸ் பண்றாங்க சோப்பிங்க்கு.
I have to mute the thing on it. So that's very important piece of information I'm sharing with you. That first of all, know about your company clearly. Okay, you should know about your product lines very clearly. You go through all your past visit reviews, visit reports, etc., and also be clear, thorough about what product you're going to offer, what is the purpose for which it's going to be offered, okay, and then what is the price band we are going to kind of talk to the customer, all these things, okay. Now the question is that you can talk about, there are so many other preparation activities. For example, we earlier, if you remember some of the earlier webinars, we talked about competition, customer analysis, competition analysis, okay. and then understanding customer, so many things we discussed, right? These are all to be done, definitely. These are all to be done maybe sometimes at a single stretch. For example, here I'm talking about exactly what you will do before going to the customer. Okay. Don't get confused about the preparation, what is required in terms of planning for the business. Business means actually your customer, what type of customer, we talked about so many different price bias kind of stuff actually, okay. What type of competition you're going to face, okay. And then which are the decision making matrix actually, which are the, who are the decision makers. There are many things we analyzed about the customer, right, okay. Those preparations are little macro. When I say macro, about a particular customer, if you do once in a way, maybe once in 3 months, once in 6 months, that is sufficient. Okay, you don't need to do every day. Okay. But today I'm talking about the sales call preparation is the one which you have to do every day when you go to the customer. So hopefully I'm making it clear to you that today's sales call preparation, what we talk is a day-to-day activity, every day to be done. Okay. This is in addition to your customer analysis, competition analysis, all other things which is required to be done in a little macro level for all your customers. Maybe not every day, but maybe once in a few months, once in 2 months, 3 months, like that, you have to do it actually. I hope I'm making it very clear. Okay. So when this day-to-day activities, when you go for the preparation to go to the customer, okay. First one, what we discussed is that about the internal preparation, okay. The internal preparation, what we talked about your company, your product lines, past review, and present offer actually, okay. And as I said that each headings, I request you to prepare a checklist, okay. I just given few points here for the checklist, okay. We can do your own checklist nicely. You can do, I'm sure actually. Put these headings, okay, and maybe can put the date in the Excel sheet, okay, and then you can even note down that when you're preparing the date, actually under the date, okay, what you prepare, you can note it down slightly so that your preparation becomes more disciplined, okay. For example, about your product lines, okay, how much your company sell per month about the product line. This is a simple question. Sometimes customer will ask, okay, and if you know, it's fine. But sometimes if you don't know, it becomes a very, cutting sorry figure in front of the customer, right? Okay. And again, some referrals, they will ask you which customers are using and things like that. So prepare all these things before going to the customer. That's what I'm saying. That once you decide about the customer, once you decide about which point you're going to offer to the customer, okay, and then now you talk about how much you sell per month, which are the customers that are using regularly, what is the purpose they are using for, and then what is the competition point against which you are successful. These informations you should know. I'm sure many of you must be knowing this, but if you don't know, if you are not keeping this as information before going to the customer, make it a point and do it, and then note down in your notebook more as a checklist, as a routine. Similarly, past visit report we discussed, actually present offer also we discussed. So these are all internal discussions. Okay. Now come to external. About the customer. Again, this we discussed earlier about the personality. We talked about customers, amiable, there are very drivers, the different personality we discussed, okay. And this is little, we can do not every day, you need to do that about the customer. Yeah, about the customer's business also, need not do every day. Decision maker, if you know, it's good actually. And then application of your product, where your product is used in the customer and what is the purpose for which it is used. Because your product may be, for example, let's say a vetting agent, okay. It may be useful for a particular purpose, okay. But this customer, for which purpose is going to wanting this product. For example, you may be wanting this for, let's say, using it in the soaping level, using it in some other level actually, okay. So if you are not aware about that, be aware before going to the customer. I'm saying this before going to the customer, slightly be aware about what is the purpose for which this customer may be needing this product. Very, very important, okay. And then about your product, okay. Do you have any special benefits of using your product? Do the customer face any problem with your product sometimes actually? Because what happens, it happened to me many times that when you go to the customer, You think he is using your product beautifully, regularly, because he is buying from you, let's say 1 ton every month. Okay. When you go there, you find that he's sitting with a problem. Okay. Then why does he use it regularly every day, every month? Because he's still not getting the alternative. Okay. So it is better to be aware about what is the purpose he's using, whether it is the same purpose for which you have sold him the product. I'll just give an example. You may be telling him, sir, you have to use 1 gram per liter to get the wetting efficiency. In textiles, I'm talking about the wetting agent. Okay. He may be using only 0.5 gram per liter because of the cost reason, which he will not tell you openly. Okay. If you are also keeping quiet, for example, at one day, technically you may get a problem. Okay. He will not simply say because of his reducing the thing, he has got a problem. He will simply tell you that your poet is not working today. Many times you have seen, you will be buying for months together. Suddenly one day he will stop. You ask him why, he said it's not working now. If you ask me a little more deeper, no, I have no idea if it was working. Maybe water change, fabric change, this change, the change will tell. Okay, he will not possibly tell you that he has reduced the dosage than what you have prescribed. Okay, so I am asking a question that whether the product what you are offering to the customer, is he using for the same purpose for which you have prescribed? Is he using the same dosage for which you have told him actually? This is very important. Okay. So these things you have to kind of visualize yourself before going to the customer. In fact, I would even say that you can even list down what are the questions you need to ask the customer. I know that sitting in front of the customer, you cannot take out the list and then ask questions, which I was doing in my early days. And in fact, I shared some with you in previous webinars about the experience, which is not correct. Okay. But then if you prepare with some kind of list in the mind, in the notebook, okay, when you sit with the customer, you can suitably ask some of the questions and get this information. So you know about your product. Do they have any special benefit by using the product, or do they face any problem? Okay. About the competition, these are the things again. You should competition analysis you can do more than generally you can do about the competitor strength, etc. But for this specific customer, for this specific product which you are going to offer to the customer, whether who is the competitor there, which point is using it, who are the competition already kind of knocking the doors to replace. Okay. And then how is the relationship between this customer and the competitor today? These relationship matrix we discussed actually. So these things you kind of be aware before going to the customer. And finally, the pain point. What pain point customer is living with? Typically, what happens is that generally, customer will say very good. Sometimes if you ask in a naive way, do you have a way of asking the customer about the problem? Okay. But many a times customer will be sitting with some pain points. He will not even know that he's having a pain point. Okay. He will not even explain to you that he's having a pain point. Okay. And then more than that, he will even tell that I'm happy, I'm doing everything fine, absolutely fine. Right? Yeah, but then your challenge or your capability is to find out what pain point is sitting with, which of course we can do by way of suitably asking questions, listening, so many things we discussed earlier. Okay, there are many methods by which you can find the pain point of the customer. Okay, but while preparing to go to the customer, if you can visualize what pain point he has got, when you can ask the question before going to customer, how do you know the pain point what he has got actually? Okay. Which we can, in my opinion, we can do this way. So if you have a preliminary information about the customer, background, production, etc., etc. For example, the customer is having a production capacity of, let's say, 10 tons per day. Okay. But he generally does only 5 tons, let's say. You may have a problem of productivity. You may have a problem of right first time. You may have something. These things you can visualize in mind actually. Okay. And then you can kind of plan to tell the customer, of course not directly, this product of mine can solve this particular problem by and improve your productivity or improve your right first time quality, etc., etc., which is being done elsewhere. we have an information to share that some other customers, we got this kind of success story and things. You can share a success story. So eventually, as we discussed earlier, by way of sharing the success story, you can bring out the very important point to the customer, which makes the customer think, oh yes, this problem I am also having actually. Please come and help me to solve it. Okay, you will open up. So before going to see in front of the customer, identifying the pain point is very important. Okay, but before going to the customer, if you are slightly aware about the pain point, what he may be sitting with, okay, you can plan a success story to be shared with the customer in your mind, okay, which you can kind of plug in when you are discussing with the customer, and while explaining the success story, we can make his mind to work and then bring out actual pain point. So I'm saying visualize the pain point initially and then kind of go with a plan with a success story, and then help him to open up his mind and then bring out the pain point actually. Okay. And then once he opens up, then we can talk about what value loss and things like that. Because again, value loss, what I'm saying is that no, customer will say, I'm having my production capacity, my rate first time is poor. Okay. But then what is the financial loss to the customer? You possibly cannot even do it, work it out that time and show him actually. Okay. So if you can make a sort of case study in your notebook and then work it out and then keep ready with, for example, okay, if the rate first time is 95%, they may gain 1 lakh rupees. Right first time 90%, they may lose 5 lakh rupees. Okay, some sort of numbers you have in mind, you know, which will be useful to you to kind of meaningfully put forward to the customer the pain point, which if he solves with your product, okay, can lead him to be successful and then gaining some money. Okay, so by doing this kind of preparations, why do you do this preparation first of all? The preparations you do it so that when you go and sit in front of the customer, you are confident. Number one, the very first requirement, very first thing, why do you do the preparation is gaining the confidence, right? Very first thing, okay. Second thing is that you are gaining your reputation, trust. When I say reputation, what I mean to say is that customer should think that this gentleman is a prepared person. He is simply not coming to pass time with me. Okay. Next time when you ask for the appointment, he will give you appointment without fail, because he knows that this gentleman value his time and my time. This gentleman come really prepared, so that even whatever time I spend, half an hour, 15 minutes, 1 hour, whatever I spend with him, it is really useful and I'm gaining out of it. It is useful and adding value to my business. That kind of confidence and trust to develop in the mind of the customer, you have to go prepared. Okay. Again, I'm telling you, if you can go prepared, unprepared, still you can do business. Still orders can come. Not doesn't mean that order will not come. Okay. But the respect and the trust and the confidence and the image which a customer gains in his mind about you, it is not going to be great. It will be definitely slightly less actually. Okay. There are many reasons. Okay. You may say, sir, I will ask my boss and tell. You may say, I forgot, so I will tell you tomorrow. You may say that I left asking, I will ask. So there are many reasons by which your image with the customer gets spoiled. So what I'm requesting is that this preparation, again I saying this preparation is a day-to-day preparation. How do you do it actually? Today want to go to 5 customers. Okay, I don't know how many of you are doing it. Okay, if you go to 5 customers, you want to go to 5 customers. Okay, morning, some people do previous day, evening also. Sit half an hour, not more than maximum 1 hour. Sit and then start. That's why I'm telling you, if you have a checklist ready with you, okay, just put the customer name, the date, okay. You can keep saying kind of ticking, done like that, okay. And then if you keep doing it, it becomes a practice for you, okay. So your preparation becomes more stronger, and the customer again values you like anything. I would like to hear from you all about your experience and about your method of doing this sales call preparation. Such an important topic. We have been talking about this last 26 weeks every now and then. Okay. I believe each one of you are already doing it. Okay, but I would want few of you to open up and then share with the rest of the team about what you do, how you do, with the backdrop of what we discussed last 45 minutes. Okay, I open the floor, and I just want you to 1 minute. Okay, anyone to talk, or I will call the name. Can I ask? Can anyone share with me how do you prepare, Mr. Manjunath? Would you like to share?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, actually,
I
whatever
will do it for your team also.
yeah. So whatever steps that you which you have shared, some of the things we do very religiously. That means morning coming, planning, then what we need to, what are the calls that which we need to visit, and what is our product, and what today on what we are focusing. So we have basically daily plan, weekly plan, and monthly plan. At the same time, what are the products and what are the verticals of business that which we want to focus on? That is what we do. And since ours is a finished goods, so we do not actually, in terms of application of the product, we would not
Right.
basically focus on.
Right,
Ours is a electronic goods basically. So this is in general how we do the preparations.
But when you go to a specific customer, be it a bigger customer, you go to a specific customer, don't you prepare about that particular customer, whom are you going to meet, what are you going to talk, which point you are going to talk, all these things?
Yeah, that we do. Actually, whenever we are doing a customer visit, we do planning by that particular vertical. For example, desktops and laptops is our product. So when we are going to a XYZ customer, we know this customer, this is the pain point, this is the problem that he has. Based on that, we will make preparations. This is a new product that has come for his requirement, and this is how we can cater to his problems. So we make, and we also see what is his.
The people are noting down the notebook, or I'm sorry, please go ahead.
So we basically note down all his problems, and based on what is the product which we need to suggest for that product, and he is previously from whom he was purchasing those products. If he was not purchasing it from us, then what is the terms with which he was purchasing and why he was unhappy with it. So those all preparations, and we do our necessary homework in terms of who is the concerned person, who is the point of interest there, with whom we need to influence. So we make all of these preparations before we go to the customer itself.
And do you noting down a notebook? How is that?
If in front of the customer, we note it down in the notebook. But before we go and meet the customer, we would have noted down in the notebook, and we actually remember it. So in front of the customer, I don't take the notebook and see what is the checkpoint that I need to do. So I would have remembered all the checkpoints that I need to ask.
Sure.
And in front of the customer, if customer says anything, we use a paper and pen to do a noting.
Absolutely. So again, I am not saying that you please open the notebook in the front of the customer. What preparation we talked about, sitting in your office and noting down the notebook.
Yes, we do.
Only. Okay.
We do
of course, the customer.
And after every visit, also we keep that as part of the records for next visit planning.
Very good. Anybody else? Some other industry? Anybody? Venkatramanan? Venkatramanan, can you talk? Okay, we cannot. Anybody else want to share? The idea of asking you to share is this, basically, because generally all of us think that we all do preparation very well. Okay, but if you ask me a question, frankly, that the success of sale depends upon the preparation. Okay, if you feel that success is not happening, generally we think because of customer is bad, or market is bad, competition is very hot, price is issue, and things like that. Okay, but then if you look back and then prepare and more and more rigorously, okay, then your success becomes much more easier. Okay, again, analogy, what we discussed last week about the cricket analogy, same thing. Okay, they prepare like anything before going to the game, right? Okay, when I was told that the previous evening they put the video and then see they have a strategy player wise. For example, each player, how I'm going to bowl him, who is going to bowl him, who is going to field where, all these things they kind of prepare. Maybe not exactly the same thing they will do in the field, but then they will prepare. They don't simply come to the ground and then put something and then here and there, nothing else. That's a strategy basically, right? Okay. So that is why I'm saying that. Anybody else to share? Shall I call the names? Sudhakar? These known people I'm calling. Yuvraj? Javad? Javad, are you there? Okay. Okay. I think this is what actually I wanted to share with you today. Okay. Primarily about the preparation, internal, external, actually, okay, about what you do before going to the customer. Very important. The reason is that, as I said, that the sales preparation are twofold. Okay, one is are twofold. One is actually preparing about the customer analysis. You know, the little macro. It can be called, some big companies call about marketing. Actually, okay, we talk about the customer mapping, customer segregation. We talk about ABC classification. All these things we talked about. Okay, and that is a little bigger one. Okay, in the meantime, when you talk about here, it is basically we talk about going to exactly the customer actually. Okay, what to do with the customer. So I can just simply share with you one checklist. 1 minute. This checklist, some of you must have seen this. Okay. The idea is that, for example, this is a customer call preparation checklist. Okay, you can prepare your own checklist at your place. Depends upon your business, your customer, your pointers, etc., etc. Okay, but then very important, the checklist is this. Okay, you put a date. Okay, and then do you know your company activity, which principle they represent, what point they sell? Because the idea is that at least 1 month, 2 months, if you do this checklist, okay, activity, you will automate in your mind about what need to be done before going to the customer. That's the whole purpose of the checklist. Okay, are you thorough about the point what you are going? I'm not here talking about the specifics. Specifics you'll have your notebook. Okay, then specifics also you can have a checklist, as I showed you earlier. Okay, you can have a checklist for the specifics. Okay, about the customer, what you want to learn here, about your company, what you want to learn, and things like that. Okay, so overall, this I would say is overall checklist actually. With this, I would possibly say that okay. We are so Yuvraj has a type like we are doing monthly plan in the month beginning. We also do week. See, let's understand this. Planning is different from sales call preparation. I'm not here talking about planning. See, planning is basically which customer to go, what product to sell, okay, how to sell, etc., etc. That's a planning, okay. In fact, that's why I told you planning can be done. Sometimes even marketing guys will do, sales guys will do. I'm not going to do that, okay. Here I'm talking about preparation to go to, today you have decided to go to this customer A, okay. You have decided to sell a product X, okay. You have decided to sell a particular price 100 actually, okay. Now to go to the customer, what preparation you will make, that's why. This is different from the planning what we do. The planning what we do is basically, for example, I want to take an order of 5 tons this week, okay. Now which customer I should visit to get the order, okay. Maybe I will say that this customer A I will go, customer D I will go, customer X I will go, like that I will prepare, okay, like that. That's a planning. That is actually preparation to which customer to go and all. Okay, here I am talking about what you know specifically about the customer. You decided to go to customer A. Let's say Yuvraj. Yuvraj, I'm answering your question. If you decided to go to a customer A, okay, what do you know about the customer A? That's what the preparation here I'm talking about. Understand, Yuvraj? You can type out the answer in the typing itself, Yuvraj.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Understand, sir.
I'm talking about, see, but are you doing that? You will prepare
Yeah.
weekly
Yeah,
plan,
we
you
are
do,
doing,
I'll
sir.
go to, huh?
Every day morning we are doing, sir.
What you do? Can you explain to me what you do?
Sir, whichever customer we are going,
Yeah.
to the customer, what we have to, which product we have to do, promote, and what customer is required today, that particular customer visit.
Yeah.
Like that we plan, sir.
Yeah. You note down in notebook?
Yes, sir.
When this list, what I have shown actually, could you, I mean, are you kind of preparing the whole thing as usual, thoroughly?
Yeah, in some
That's the last
extra,
one. Yeah.
whatever you gave, no, sir, that should
Got
be
it.
included, means it will be helpful, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
We are also
Please do
doing
that.
up to our knowledge. So we are by getting some inputs from you, that is also helpful, sir.
Please do that. That's
Yeah.
I'm coming to, because I know that no salesman will be not doing any preparation. Everybody will be doing some preparation or the other. Okay.
Yeah.
There are various different types of preparation. Here we talk about going to the customer, prepare to go to the customer. Okay.
Yeah.
That's slightly different. And then if you can improvise it, actually, your success with the customer will be much better.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Any questions? Okay, thanks, Yuvraj.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any questions? Any further questions? If there is no question, then possibly we call it a day today. Thank you so much for coming and attending. So next week we'll talk about the further preparation part of it, actually. Further in-depth preparations about customer analysis and all we'll take up next week. Thank you so much.